Okay. Good morning, students. Yeah. So let us continue the topic, that is atmosphere, pressure, belts, and planetary fields. Pressure, belts, and planetary fields. The first one, that is air pressure. What is air pressure? Air pressure is the pressure exerted by air on surface of the earth. Okay, air pressure is the pressure exerted by air on surface of the earth. On the surface of the earth, that is where we move. What are the air which is showing? What are the air is exerted? Its pressure is exerted. That is called as air pressure. Okay. Now, air exerts pressure in all directions. Okay, air does not only in one direction. It has different every day. We find air in every aspect. Okay, wherever we go, we find the air. Now, the most important topic which is related to, I think you might have already started visualizing this. That is about the pressure beds. Let us continue it. It is little important. So be cautious and listen carefully. Air pressure is the pressure exerted by air on the surface of the earth, right? And air pressure does not flow in one direction, it exerts in the different directions. Okay. Now, first of all, this particular part of the earth receives a high, more temperature. Okay, more temperature. Now, why? Because you know that what is this place? It is equator. Equator, to the equator, the sun rays falls vertically, and all the places near to the equator and on the equator receives high temperature. Now, what happens when these places receives high temperature? So this leads this particular area when it gets high temperature, air molecules in this area gets more temperature. What happens? Air molecules. What are the air molecules in this location? What are the air molecules which are present in this location? Gets more temperature. So when these air molecules get more temperature in this particular area, okay, so more energy, they get more energy. So when these air molecules get more energy by the sunlight, okay, so they will not be holding on the earth. So even though there is a gravitational force on the earth, these molecules, as they are becoming heavier because of the sunlight, so they start moving to the higher locations. Okay, so even though these places there is a gravitational force, due to the high temperature received by them, these air molecules become stronger, they get more energy. Due to more energy, air molecules rises up. Air molecules rises up. Okay, so what happens when the air molecules rises up? It moves into different directions. Okay, it moves into different directions. So it moves into different directions. Okay, why? So why these particular places the molecules are moving into? Why the molecules are rising up? Because as the sun rays falls vertically, air molecules get more energy. When they get more energy, they start rising up. That is second point. So less molecules are found. What happened? Whatever the molecules which are present in these locations are being risen up by the temperature of the sun. So what happens next? More molecules are rising up and they are moving into different direction. So what happens here? Less molecules are available. That leads to LPB, that is low pressure bed. Low pressure bed. Okay. I hope you understood it. Okay. Now coming to the next one. Wherever there is high more sunlight, okay, there more sunlight leads to more energy to the molecules, more energy to the molecules leads to more rising up, and that moves into different direction, which leads to that place as a low pressure bed. Next, coming to the poles, these are the poles. So near the poles the sunlight is very less. the sunlight is very less. So very less sunlight, molecules have more, molecules will not move any direction. Okay, this is just opposite to this direction. More sunlight, but here very less sunlight. Molecules are rising up. Here the molecules are not rising up. When there are more molecules in a particular place, that particular places are called as high pressure belt. Why I am saying it as a belt? It is around, it is accumulated around Earth in the form of a belt. You know what is a belt? How we use a belt. So in the same way it is surrounding the Earth. So this area, poles, equator and poles are completely inversely proportional. Okay, that is inversely proportional. That means they are completely opposite. Now another point where you can understand easily: temperature. Okay, next pressure. Okay, high temperature, low pressure. Okay, low temperature, high pressure. That is what I said. High temperature, low pressure. Low temperature, high pressure. Okay, so temperature is temperature is inversely proportional to 1 by pressure. Okay, that is completely opposite. Okay, so now you have understood that at equator it is called as low pressure bed because there is more sunlight. Okay, but at the poles it is called as high pressure bed because there is very less sunlight. Okay, now next, air has less density. So now you got the difference between low pressure bed and what is high pressure bed and what is low pressure bed. Now coming to this particular section again. So here, when this air gets more sunlight, leads to more energy to the molecules, it starts rising up. So they move into these particular places. And why these places are called as high pressure bed? Why these places are called high pressure bed? So I'll give a clear clarity. Already there are some molecules present in these locations, right? Already there are molecules present in these locations. Already it exists. So from equator, the molecules are also adding into these locations. Okay. So from equator also the molecules are moving into different directions, and they some are accumulated in these places. That is the reason there is more pressure, which leads to high pressure belts. Okay, I hope you understood. So already what are the molecules which are exerted from here moves into different directions. Okay, they move into different directions. It's not that they move only horizontal or vertical, right? Okay, so already there are some molecules present in this, and extra molecules are continuously added into these locations. Okay, that is the reason here we find these particular areas we find a high pressure belt. Okay, now air becomes cool, falls down due to gravitational pull. So whatever the air which is moving in different directions. So when there is little less temperature compared to this area, it accumulates and stays there for a longer time, which leads to high pressure bed. Okay. Now, why it is high pressure bed? As I said, why this place is called as a high pressure bed? Already there are molecules which are present, and excess molecules are being added from the equator direction, maybe both the directions. Okay, so that is why it is called as a high pressure bed. Okay, next, air moves from air moves from, I write here, air moves from high pressure to low pressure. High pressure to low pressure. Okay. So this is the next one. It is like a cycle. Now this is a high pressure bed. What is the process? Air moves from high pressure to low pressure. Okay. Air moves from high pressure to low pressure. Right? Then what happens in the low pressure bed? Again the molecules move forward. That is, it is like a cycle. It is like a cycle, continuously it goes on. So air moves from high pressure to low pressure area, and in the low pressure area, already the molecules move forward and they are accumulated. What else? So this is, for example, this is low pressure area. Okay. Now what happens here due to the less temperature? So due to the accumulation of molecules into different directions, they move into different directions and they come to these places. And why it is called a high pressure bed? Already there are molecules and excess molecules are being added from these locations. So this is like a cycle which continuously goes on. Okay, air moves in both the directions. That is all everywhere. It does not have a fixed direction from east to west, west to east, north to south. It moves in all the directions. Okay, so this is about the pressure bed. The first thing is that near the equator, more temperature leads to more energy to the molecules. More energy to the molecules rises up in that particular places and moves into different directions. Okay. And coming to the poles, it is completely opposite. Where there is very less temperature, molecules will not rise up, they stand there. That is why it is called as a high pressure bed. So air moves from high pressure bed to low pressure bed. Okay. That is another point. I hope you understood it. Next. Next is pressure belts. Oh, pressure belts. Earth's surface does not heat uniformly. Does not heat. What is meant by does not heat uniformly? That means if at all you take Earth, the sun rays pass vertically and slanting into other places, and there are some places where the sun rays even may not reach. That means the sun rays the sun will not heat the Earth uniformly. It is different from place to place. Which places, whether they are located in the equatorial region, whether they are located in the polar regions, whether they are near to the Tropic of Cancer or Tropic of Capricorn or whatever. So Earth does not heat uniformly. Okay. Next. Air above the land gets heated up more quickly. So whatever, for example, this is the land. Okay, right? What are the air which is present here? It gets heated up more quickly. Okay, why? Because land absorbs heat faster and cools faster. That is the reason. When the land is heated, automatically whatever it is above the land, it also gets heated up faster. So the next one is air above the land. Air above land. Air above the land gets heated up more quickly. Gets heated up more quickly. Right. Next, water takes more time to heat. Water takes more time to heat, to get heated. That means opposite to the land. Okay, land takes very less time to get heated up. Water takes more time to get heated up. Land cools faster. Water cools very slowly. Okay, so air above the land, the air which is blowing above the land gets heated up very faster. That is clear now. Okay, then places near the equator are hotter than the other places. As I said you, let me clarify you again. What are the places which are near to the equatorial zone gets more heat because sun rays falls vertically in these locations. Okay, now water moves from high pressure to low pressure. How does the water move? Water moves from high pressure to low pressure. Okay, water moves from high pressure to low pressure. That is another one. Next, Heat moves from warmer objects to cooler objects. Next, I'll write it here. What is the next one? Heat moves from warmer objects to cooler objects. That is the next step. That means heat moves from warmer places to the cooler places. Okay. Air moves from high pressure to low pressure. What we call it as a wind. Okay. What do we call a wind? When air moves from high pressure to low pressure, it is called as a wind. Okay. If wind moves slowly, if the wind moves slowly, okay, where we are comfortable, like little bit, not completely cold. If the wind moves very slow and it is very comfortable for us to stay there, which we call it as a breeze. Okay. Next, if the wind, if it blows short and fast, if the wind blows short for a short distance and very fast, it is called as a gust. That is called as a gust. Okay. If the wind blows very fast, which we call as a storm. Let me write here. If the wind moves slow, wind moves slow, where we feel comfortable, where we feel comfortable, it is called as a breeze. What do we call it as? Breeze. Okay. If the wind blows short, that is short means short distance, and short and fast. Short and fast, it is called as gust. Okay. If the wind blows very fast, which we call it as a storm, Okay. At the equator, high temperature. That is, you know it. At the equator, there is high temperature, hot air rises. So, more temperature heats up the land. Okay, when the land is heated continuously, temperature increases, more temperature leads to the air also to become hotter. Okay. Now, which creates low pressure. Already I said you what is low pressure bed and what is a high pressure bed. Okay. Now, when the wind blows in one direction, any direction, even if you take any direction, what is the wind? Does it come back in the same direction? No. If it is blowing from left to right, that is east to west, it will move in the same direction, or it will diverge into different direction after certain distance. But the wind will not come back. Right? Next, at the tropical areas. Okay. Now, as I said you, Earth is not heated up uniformly. Earth is not heated up uniformly. This is 0 degrees equator. Okay, Tropic of Cancer, and Tropic of Capricorn. Okay, then we have Arctic Circle, Antarctic Circle. Arctic Circle and Antarctic. And these are the poles. So the heat which we get through sun is not heating the entire places uniformly. It is completely different. We expect the winds to move straight. So now coming to the hemisphere. This is northern hemisphere and this is southern hemisphere. Okay. As I said, your wind does not have a particular fixed direction. It moves into different direction. Once it moves, it will not come back. Okay. We expect usually, what do we expect? We expect that winds move in a straight line. We expect the wind is moving in a straight line, but no, it is different. That is, we expect to north to south or east to west. We expect in a straight line. No, it is completely different. Okay. Then actually, wind moves slightly right side to the northern hemisphere. In the northern hemisphere, it moves slightly to the right side, and in the southern hemisphere, it is completely different. It is to the that is in the left side. In the northern hemisphere, it moves towards the right side, and in the southern hemisphere, it moves towards the left side. Okay. This happened because why this happens? Here it is right side, and here it is left side. left side. Okay. So why this happens? Why the wind in the northern hemisphere moves towards the right? Why the wind in the southern direction moves towards the left? It happens because of the rotation of the, you know, the earth continuously rotates on its own axis. So that is due to that particular rotation, this particular northern hemisphere and southern hemisphere has a reversal of winds. Okay. Then atmosphere always surrounding the earth in all the directions. What is an atmosphere? A thin layer of gases which is completely surrounded around the earth. It is completely surrounded around the earth is called as an atmosphere. It is in every part of the entire earth is accumulated or surrounded by the atmosphere. And you know that atmosphere has several gases which are most useful to us, several layers. Okay, without atmosphere we cannot survive, because atmosphere, for example, the best example is ozone layer, where it is protecting us directly from the UV rays of the sun. Okay, and another most important thing is what are the topic which we have discussed about the winds today. So winds play a very important role in weather as well as a climate. So what is the weather? Weather means it changes from morning to afternoon, afternoon to evening, evening to night. Climate means it is for the longer 30 or 40 years. What is the changes happening that is taken? So weather and climate are completely different. So weather changes in a day as frequently as possible. Okay, so this wind not only change affects in different directions, but also it affects in the weather as well as the climate. Okay. Any doubts related to this? I don't want to extend the topic because the next topic is little not difficult. I have to complete it in one day. It is about the classification of winds. So classification of winds, if at all I start now, I don't think it can be completed within short period. So any doubts if you ask, if you have, please respond. Any doubts if you have, please respond. If at all you have any doubts, today I don't want to continue the next topic because it takes more time. Any doubts?
No, sir.
Okay, then we'll close the session. I'll continue the topic tomorrow. Right? Take care. Be safe. Thank you.
Yeah.